bother him tonight?
Well, it was definitely something that was uncomfortable. Finding out a little bit after the fact, it was something that he started to feel around the second inning. This is also something that he's pitched with in his career, and that he's dealt with over time at several different times. And there have been times where he's pitched with it and pitched effectively and pitched fine, and other times where it's caused them to miss a relatively short amount of time, but some time with it, and there are times where you can't pitch with it. So going out and checking on him during the game, looking at him, again, this is something that he has dealt with for a very long time. He seemed pretty confident in his ability to pitch with this one. It's it's a blister. But it's a smaller it's a smaller one that's not really visible as being, it's not overly visible. It's not something that stands out, but not in a good spot, in a spot where we would prefer to not have to deal with it. So ultimately, just watching him throw there, we just got to a point where it probably wasn't worth it to allow him to battle through it anymore, and just decided to get him out.
So at the time you make the change, that's more your call?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's easy to look at, we go and check him out and he gives up a home run. I mean, it's more circumstance maybe than anything else, but it definitely was affecting the way he was throwing the ball. It's just hard to know exactly how much it's affecting him. Obviously, if we thought it was a major issue that really stood out as something that we would want to react to, we would have gotten him out of there immediately. But it seemed to be one of those that maybe he could manage and pitch through. But again, I still think it was, at the time after giving up the home run, watching the next two pitches, it was probably the right thing to just get him out.
We knew Oakland is on a bit of a roll lately. How good, seeing it up close, is this lineup right now? Yeah, they're tough. They're a good team. They do some different types of things. The type of lineup that they have it's a very dangerous lineup, but it's also a lineup that will make you work. They're not just up there free swinging. They're going to go up there and force a pitcher into the zone to continually make good pitches. It's a sign of a good quality major league lineup, and that's what they are. You have to go out there and pitch well and make the plays in order to hold them down if you're going to do it. How nice was it to see Castro send a couple, especially that first one was deep? Yeah, it was nice. We had some good swings. Honestly, our offense did a really nice job of keeping us in the game. Stroh had some great swings, driving the ball in the middle of the field here. You got to hit it well to get it out of here, and he obviously hit those balls well, and Miggy as well, and we had some other guys swing the bat well too. I mean, to keep ourselves in a game like that where it can be frustrating and it's easy to get down, and we knew we were going to use some of our guys in the bullpen and put them out there for multiple innings, and they worked, and they kept us in the game too. I think our guys, throughout this season, our guys have done a pretty admirable job of going out there in not the easiest of circumstances and continually battling, and tonight was another example of that. We just didn't have enough to get it done tonight.
So, Rocco, how does this play into your decision of when Jake pitches again?
I think we can talk about it now, actually, because what we're going to do is we're going to bump Jake from his next start. We're going to place him on the DL with a blister. Ultimately, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, coming up on the All-Star break, knowing that he's dealing with this, he just stood in here before you guys walked in, said, if I had to pitch on Sunday, I could pitch on Sunday. I feel pretty confident of that, is what he said. Beyond that, I guess I can let him, answer whatever questions you guys have about it. But I think it's the right thing to bump him and get him ready for post All-Star break games, and we think he's going to be fine to make those starts after the break.